So then, welcome to the stream. I'm not on camera, but I will be. There we go. So, welcome to the stream, and we are going to be doing some more Skypark. And today, I've already found a contract just to cut some time out of the stream. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. Right. Let me just check. I've just had a message come through. Right. So, we're going to have some fun. And we're going to look at this. So, if I just bring up the SkyPad, hopefully it works. Yep. So, we're going to be looking, we're going to do one of the Coyote jobs. You can see, there we go, the Coyote logo. Let me just change something there because. Okay, fair. So it's meant to capture the cursor, but it just hasn't. So, oh, there it does. So the Coyote symbol's there, and what happens? That impacts your karma. So at the moment we've got really good karma because we did a few good jobs last time, and it's going to decrease that karma, but give you quite a bit of payout and give you quite a lot of experience. So, and where we're going to go? We're going to go from. It's probably just easier just to go. So we're going to go from Shepherd Strip to R&R Field. If I was just show you that on a little nav map instead of the SkyPad, let's get rid of the SkyPad for a moment. So little nav map, here we are. So we're going to start from there, skip over this lake, and then head off over to there. Now, I wanted somewhere with a bit more scenery, so we've kind of gone back to where like near Vancouver and Seattle and Portland, around that kind of neck of the woods. So yeah, so we've flown a few. At first, I wanted to go. Where's my favourite strip gone? Where's my favourite strip? Oh, it's over here. So my favourite strip's around here somewhere, which is Daventry. And I wanted to go to Daventry and see whether there's any jobs there, but there isn't. So we're going to do this short hop. The mountains don't look too bad, so I'm hoping we're not going to get caught up in loads of mountains. But we'll see how it pans out. And then what we'll do is we'll do a couple of hops. I'm planning on streaming for about an hour. That's about it. And then I might do a different stream after this one, which is I might jump on a bit of Fortnite for a bit of easy chill out, but I don't know yet. But I thought I'd do a flight sim stream. To start off with, I just want to say the yoke hasn't arrived yet. I've been in touch with Chris from Fulcrum, and it's UPS's fault, not Fulcrum's fault completely. It got scanned from Fulcrum to somewhere else, Surrey I think it was, or somewhere. Then it got delivered to Derby and got scanned at Derby, and then it's gone missing into no man's land. So UPS are investigating, but what that means for me is I don't get my yoke. So the good guys at Fulcrum, i.e. Chris, got in touch with me and he says, I'll send you another one out, and hopefully that one doesn't get lost. So I was like, okay, but I had to wait for one of the spare parts because he was short of a part. So he says, as soon as he gets that part in. Now that part was due today, potentially tomorrow. So we'll see. Either way, it's not long now until I get my yoke, and we'll use it there and then anyway. So, but for now, I've got my lovely fancy flight stick that I like to use anyway. So I'm gonna be using that today, and I'm more than happy with the flight stick at the moment. Right, so let's get going. Let's have a little look then. Let's put my head tracking software on. Let's get on board. Right. Now, just have a look. Just showing the information so I can get the weather, if it's got weather. Yeah, we've got some weather there. Cool. Right, so we're on the ground. We've got to be a bit shady because Coyote's the shady one. So at the moment, as you can see, we're going to be delivering counterfeit toys. Oh, it's going to start off. It's going to start off with counterfeit toys. So we'll load them onto the plane.
Okay, Gabby. We tired. Let's ride.
Right then. So we're ready to go. So, so we've picked up the toys from here now. We've got some airport information, which is pretty cool. So if I look at the weather on little nav map, I use VATSIM weather, but it might be completely different in FS2020. I'll use VATSIM weather. And the weather currently is, the winds are at 224 at 3 knots. So 224. What I like to do is I just like to put my head indicator on where I'm going. So 22 is somewhere around there. So that's the wind. And the nearest runway, that is a complete crosswind. So 36, which is there. Oh, it's more to do. It's more actually 18. So it's more 18. So we're going to have runway is going to be 180. So there we go, 180. Cool. We've still got Skypark up, so let's get rid of that. Right then, cool. Altimeter is 30.43. So if I just zoom in a little bit. Let's just stop my head movements for a moment. So 30.43. Yeah. Going down. Approximately there. That'll do it. Right. Right. We're ready to start, and that's going to be our runway down there. So mixture full. Just make sure that we've got cracked throttle, beacon. And we'll pretend that we're doing the fuel pump. So fuel pressure there. And start her up. Whoa, we forgot to check this, but we're Pikey Pilot today. For the Coyote, we can just do what we want. No checklist here. We're going to drop the flaps to 1 degree takeoff. 10 degrees, sorry, which is one notch of flaps. We're going to have taxi nav, veto, which doesn't work. Right. Avionics on. Altitude reporting, because we're literally just going to be there in a minute. Everything else is plugged in. Just let this start up. Then it's pre-checking. We should have plenty of fuel to get to the to where we need to go. Cool. So let's go for the taxi now. I'm hoping we don't get any. I'm hoping we don't get any sim crashes, because it does crash every now and again. This sim, for me anyway. Well, what we'll do is we'll go down to here. Runway 18. Now, I know it's just a grass runway, but I wanted to actually go on a runway, but this looks smooth enough for now. Right. Mixture full. Strobe on, landing lights on. And away we go. Check my controls are actually working today. Right, full throttle. I really had to pull back then because of them trees, but that was nuts. So we've got to turn to the left, go through these clouds. Flaps are up. Wow, this is nuts. Look at them trees, man. Scary. We're in Coyote Town now, boys. There we go, we're flying. We have actually got to go over that little ridge over there, but we'll keep going straight for now. And maybe trim this out a little bit so I don't have to keep putting back on the stick, even though I do love flying with the stick. It's an absolutely amazing stick. And we're on the move. I'm going to start heading towards the right now. In theory, we could actually head down river and around the long way. So why not? Let's not try and get over that big hill. Let's just go down this little river way. Here we are. Flying. I'll have to take a screenshot of that if I can get into my screenshot program as quickly as I possibly can. Nice. That will be the screenshot of the video. Hope you're well, Phil. Doing a Coyote delivery today. So a bit of illegal counterfeit toys we're delivering at the moment. That's what we're doing. Well, excuse the drop frames there if that happened. My wife and my son are actually watching some programs downstairs, so unfortunately that could impact the stream a little bit every now and again. Right, so I'm gonna, because we're kind of going round the mountain, I'm gonna start trimming down a bit. Just kick at this kind of altitude. Yeah, perfect. A little bit. Right. So Skypark action. This is where we're going. So we've gone from 1 minute. 80 minutes was that. So we're transporting counterfeit toys from Shepherd Strip in the United States to Arvenhoff Field. So we're just on the way to Arvenhoff Field. I've never seen this field. It's a grass strip, so it's going to be hard to find as usual. You always find it difficult to find the grass strips in FS2020, but that's what makes it fun. You know, that's what makes it all fun. So I don't want to go up any more than this, so I'm just going to track this this body of water. I think it does actually go to the left all the way around, which I don't particularly want to do. So I don't know where I don't know whether I need to go above and over them mountains or I can just nip round it. So I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm just gonna follow this. I'm just gonna follow this around the river because it's quite a decent flight. I love this sim because all the ground is exactly what it would be looking like if it was in real life. So all the imagery on the ground is like photo imagery. The trees, based on satellite imagery, all the trees are where the trees should be, all the roads are where the roads should be. It's exactly what you want. And I've got real world weather at the moment and real world time. So at the moment the time is not 7:45 because that's my local time actually. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Let's have a look. It's 11:45 in America, I believe. Yeah, 11:45 in America, I think. Yeah, so we probably could go over that hill, but this is quite a pleasant flight, so I'm going to stick at 4,000 and basically just take it easy. I mean, yeah, the bits that I love about this, see if I can get onto drone cam. You see like the green around the outside of the water. It's just cool how like you get the different shades. The only thing that would be cool is if they actually put in boats, so where there's parked boats, if it could detect that, but it can't do it because obviously it's based on satellite imagery and that's not registered because boats can always move, obviously. But you get the jetties and stuff, you know, which is pretty cool. Right. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get across. I'm not sure whether. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight across here. Just had a light coming through the window, but it's my neighbour's security light. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of flights using the Skypad, I think, and then potentially what I'm going to do is change stream, and I'm going to do some. I think I might stream a little bit of Fortnite. I'm no good at it, but I'm going to stream a little bit of it just for the fun. And the reason why it's not normally a game that I play. It's very similar. It was very similar to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Was it Modern Warfare? Where once again, you know, it's a bit of a battle royale. You know, last man wins and all that. But I'm not normally into them kind of games. But the Call of Duty Battle Royale one, my cousin started playing, and he said to me, he went, "Oh, I'd love to be able to play the games with you," because he's got a PlayStation. Oh no, he's got an Xbox, sorry, and obviously I've got my PC. And most games are not cross-compatible. So when you do multiplayer, you can't play from PlayStation with PC, etc. Right? And Call of Duty was one of the ones where you could. So he was all like, "Come on, get on it, get on it." So we did. And as you know before, I've done a few streams of that before. But that kind of fizzled off. Oh, I've got Skypad open still. Just get rid of Skypad. There we go. Now, recently my son started playing Fortnite. He had it for. Says he could play it for Christmas. So, there's a lake. Actually, is that the lake I need to go to? I think it would be safer to go all the way around. So just go round a bit more. So, yeah, let's carry on round this way. There's big fat mountains, and I think it's just beyond them mountains. Anyway, Fortnite. So yeah, my son started playing it, and that's another one where it's cross-platform. He was playing on his Nintendo Switch, and I could play on my PC, and he was going, "Oh, come on, Dad, play with us." So my nephew plays as well. So, and his dad plays. So I was just like, "Stuff it, I'll download it and give it a whirl and whatever." And I've been really enjoying it with it, and it's been quite fun leveling up, doing the quests and stuff. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I've enjoyed it. Good. good father-son time when your son's into into gaming as well. There's actually snow up here. At least that's what it looks like. It looks a bit snowy, but I know Microsoft did actually introduce snow on the ground. I don't know whether they introduced snow as, i.e. snow particles from the air, but they did introduce snow on the ground in one of these recent updates. I'm sure they did. Because before it didn't have any seasons or anything. Which would be quite interesting actually to see. Right, so we need to decide where we want to go when we cross this lake. I think the safest option is to go towards the snow. I'm not quite sure actually. We can always turn around and come back, so that's an option. This is one of the challenges you have with flying in an area that you don't know, and also a mountainous area, because you don't know where you're going, and you don't want to be caught into a dead end, do you? So I'm going to head more over towards that way. Yes, this flight stick's really sensitive, really good. I'm just wibbling it about just to have a little feel for it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, the last stream, I think. So the last stream, I flew the Spitfire, and as part of that, I had a stream crash. I had the stream crash. I had the B3D crashed on me, and I think that was due. I think that was due to MSI Afterburner, because it caused my GPU to crash, and I didn't know what was causing it. And I think for a while I've been streaming with that actually turned off. I haven't been using MSI Afterburner at all. And it was funny enough, it was that stream straight after I looked in my taskbar and thought, hold up, I don't normally run MSI Afterburner, and it just happened to be in the corner. I was like, I got a funny feeling that's what it was, but that's what it was. Get my words out. But yeah, so I think it was that. So yeah, but tonight I thought I'll stream FS2020, and we'll see if we can actually get a full flight without it crashing. Now I'm going to have a look at little nav map. We'll just whip open a little nav map. So we're just going over the over this lake. We're around here, so I'm kind of thinking if we come down this valley bit, hopefully. But the weather, I don't think the weather's going to be fantastic. If we show information, I've got a weather tab here which shows the weather. So we need to. That's not changed, so that's good. We don't need to change our altimeter. Temperature's bloody cold. Visibility is apparently really good, but let's have a look at the clouds are overcast at 3,000, but because we're so high, we are literally going to be flying through them clouds. In terms of wind, we've got any wind on there? No wind, so we've got no wind, so that means we can land whatever way we want, which is really dandy because we can choose direction. And I'm going to choose runway. We look at Skypark, which is very useful. It gives us the runways. I don't know how correct that is all the time. I don't know how correct that is, but if not, we can go on the little nav map, and we've also got runways, so 13 and 31. So we can use the Skypad, and we're not going to go into this mountain. We're just going to set up 13, 130. Hey, Pat Stan. How you doing there? Welcome to the stream, and yeah, feel free to have a chat, ask any questions. Feel free to follow. This is I tend to do general aviation streams rather than big airliners. They're just a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. But so yeah, so we've got this. We're currently in the process of going from Shepherd Strip down to R&R Field, delivering counterfeit toys, and we're doing it for the Coyote group, which is the counterfeit group. I'll just move my camera so I need to move back. Right, so if we just zoom in here, we've got these little strips, and that is very similar to what I'm looking at in little map. So our airport should be almost one of the last strips, and this does not look good. Oh my god, look at the weather. Jeez. Can we? I think we should just. We can follow the river, but let's try and get quite low. Oh man, look at this. Right, I don't know what the elevation is. 2,274. So we've just got to be careful. We go down to say 3,000 feet. We're going to be 700 feet above the ground. I really hope this clears. I really hope this clears. Jeez, this is nuts. I can't see where I'm going at all. We're going to take the risk. We're flying for Coyote. If we crash, that's it. But we're going to take the risk. Actually, I'll tell you what. I've got an idea. Let's go to the. We can still see the ground actually, so I think we should be okay. It's just we can't see any mountains ahead of us. I know there's a mountain just there, so we're going to try and avoid that one. Still see the ground. Obviously, if you use a real world pilot, this is not what you'll be doing. You'd be heading over to that clear stuff over there and going around that mountain. But we're Coyote today, and we've got to take these risks. We need to get to the destination as fast as we can. Right. When we go through clouds, you've got to make sure that you're looking at this as well as out the window, just in case something does crop up last minute and you need to try and turn out the way. You need to look at this to make sure that you're not going up or down, which we're going down at the moment. So if you want to go in a straight line, you need to keep that level. We've gone through that cloud, and luckily there's nothing on the other side, which is good. That was impressive. Let's try and come out the other side. Let's do a bit of drone cam. Look at that. No way in the real world would you be hitting through that. Fun. Right, so now where do we need to go? So we need to just keep following this river around. It's going to be over towards that general direction, which luckily isn't as cloudy. There are some clouds. I'm hoping that our airport isn't there. So Nice slow flight. Blue skies though. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud. Yeah, the reason why we've got a lot of cloud on the ground kind of level is because we're actually at we're actually at 3,000 feet. You know, so all this is covered in cloud rather than like overcast and mist and stuff. You know, that kind of stuff. Right. So it's close to the river. By the looks of my GPS, that's close to the river. So if we follow the river, we might be able to spot it. Now I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know if it's going to have buildings or what. But if we need to do a flyover, we can do a flyover, and then we'll choose there. But I've just got a funny feeling if I start slowing down, because we're 3 nautical miles out. If I start slowing down now and do some flaps, we might be able to see and land like last minute. The snow on the hills there, that looks so cool. It does look cool. But I know it's on this side of the river, so we've got to be careful with this. And it's the ground, apparently it's 2,274, so we're now 500 feet, I believe. Let's just go over there like that so we can see what we're doing. Funny feeling, it's in that little... Just move my head. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm dropping flaps like no tomorrow, but... What? I think this is it. And if it isn't, then... Oh well. No, this is a road. Unless it isn't, and it is actually the runway, but these guys are not meant to be there. No, we're a little bit further ahead. It's a little bit too far ahead of ourselves, I think. I'm looking over the dash because I need to see this now. I think it's this one. How come they're like that? Oh boy. But apparently we're on top of it. I think that's it. That's it there. Yeah, that'll be it. So let's just and if it isn't, then oh well, I'm not used to looking at the there we go. Let's keep the flaps up. It'd be interesting to see what direction the runway is in. No, that looks about right. Right next to this river. Mixture full. 130 is our let's go all the way around. And I've got a funny feeling that's where we need to be. Yeah, this is it. Give it a bit of rudder, slow it down because we're ploughing to the earth here, which isn't good. Going far too fast, but we have to use brakes. Into the snow. That's the first time I've landed on the snow there. And we kind of overshot the runway, but let's just stick on the grass for now. There we go. almost went onto the road. Nothing to see here, just delivering some counterfeit toys. Nothing too naughty. Now, if any of you are on YouTube, go and search for, and he might be on later, he might be on now, I don't know, but go and search for Dream of Wings, right? He's an amazing YouTuber, by the way, and he generally flies the Warbirds, so he's very up to date with that. He did a round the world trip in a Spitfire, which is amazing. But what I was saying, he started flying on FS2020, what we've got now, and what we're going to do is we're just going to cut the engine. Got to put the flaps up. Strobe, taxi. Just turn all this stuff off for now. Right. He started doing some Skypark on FS, but what he's done is created a new series where he's a Cockney, you know what I mean? Like Del Boy, I think. Del Boy Cockney, I think he was. Anyway, up the apple and pears, all that jazz. I can't do a Cockney accent, but there you go. But he does a Cockney accent all the way through, and so he's some shady geezer, and it's really funny to see. Definitely recommend going and watching that series. It's good. So we're going to drop off these counterfeit toys. Being complete, and we get some of that. So perfect. So we've lost some of our karma, but we got some XP and a nice big juicy bank balance. Now I think what would be good. I don't know. Oh, I think that's us, right? So there is an ID. Is this one? Is that a? I want another. Okay, let's search a different area then. There's got to be some shady stuff going on near California. Right, so look. What's this? New delivery available. Bend on markets. Oh, so you have to. I think maybe you have to deliver a plane or something. Oh, there was a shady one. There we go. Look. So more counterfeit toys. This one looks quite good. Let's do that one. Let's request that. Going to manage. Okay. Now what I have to do is I have to come out of the old of this, and I'm going to have to go back to the main menu. Sorry, Phil. The developer who did XP Realistic. Oh, nice. See, XP Realistic for X-Plane was one of a really great tool, but for me, it hit the performance on my machine quite a bit. But yeah, brilliant. Hey up Ian, hope you're well, mate. Alright, so let's do our next flight then. So we're going to go from 99CL. Now this is the good thing about the Skypark, is because it doesn't actually, you fly in places which I've not flown ever, you know. It really, I think it could be Redlands. Let me just double check. Oops. So we're going from El Mirage Field to Redlands Municipal. This one's going to be good. I quite like the look of this one. Right then. So, flight conditions. We got live with the real world weather. Yeah, weather and time is live. And that's where we're heading. Right. So let's fly. And while that's doing that, I'm just going to set up a new flight plan. And into little nav map. Perfect. Right. And then show on the map. Nice. See, I've not gone over like towards like the California kind of region and stuff like that. I mean, I've got I think I actually did buy the Orbex. Was it Burbank? The Hollywood Burbank. And I've not even flown there. So I need to do that one day. That'd be fun. Going to an airport that I've never flown before. Right, so the Skypad also, it's really useful. Let's just jump straight in. Right. Let's just shut down on the outside for a minute. A little whirly. Right. So Skypad's really useful because it gives you some of the highest obstacle like details. It gives you all sorts of other details, but yeah, it is really good. It's such a great tool. The guys at Parallel 42, that's the 42 in the corner. In the flight simming world, they're relatively new, but their products, they've kind of like taken on some products, and they've kind of had people develop new products and so forth. And this is one. I think this is like their first real, product that they've kind of owned from the start, and it is just amazing. It's a brilliant piece of kit, and it's still being developed. So definitely recommend. I've got a notification, contract complete. Do that. We've done that. That's good. Right, so let's load the plane. Let's go in the plane first. Let's go in the plane. Turn on the old head tracking again. We didn't get any babble there. Didn't get any babble. Right, so let's have a look at the weather. El Mirage's weather. Let's have a look. Wind 1017. 17 degrees. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. 17 is a 017. It's about there. The runway is a 08. So we'll hit the 08 runway, which is about there. And I don't know where we are in relation to the runway. So what you can look at is you can actually go down. It's lots of little air. Oh wow! So we're currently there. This is where little nav maps are useful. So we're currently there, and we actually want 08. So I think we want to come just straight down there. The runway should be just up to the right of us. So if we just head straight down, we'll get to 08. We'll head down there like that to Redlands. I think I might have actually flown to Redlands in P3D. Oops, wrong button. Right then. So I want a mod that basically turns off these guys. I don't care for them. I think they look cool, but I don't want them. They get in the way. Right. We've loaded up now. So parking brake on. Fuel tanks both. Sure, that's in. Mixture full. Throttle cracked. Beacon on. We're just going to start it because we've just done a flight. Oh no, we're not. We haven't got the batteries on. That would help if we had batteries on. It's actually like nav lights on eventually. Okay. Cool. Altimeter. So we do have to do the altimeter, which is 29.99. So if we go down to there, 29.9, 9, which is about there. That'll do us. Compass is all matching, which is good. So parking brake off, we're now on the taxi. And we're just going to head out this way. So I think we'll do this flight. I'll check the time again maybe, but I think I might do half and half tonight because I fancy it. I might jump in a bit of Fortnite and just do a Fortnite stream. But yeah, we've done a couple of flights, and what I'm finding is if I keep my streams quite short, people are watching the YouTube on catch up and things, which is quite handy really. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't got to watch 2 hours of me babbling on about absolutely nothing. Right, runway 08. This is it. This is where we wanted to be at. Strobe on, landing on. Mixture full. Check the oncoming planes. We don't see any. Even though we do have real world, we do have multiplayer on. I haven't saw any multiplayer planes at the moment. Right then, so 1 notch of flaps because we can. There we go. So already we're at 3,000 feet. Yeah, elevation 2,865. So already we're you know, we're quite high up. Get to about 55, we start pull back. Off the ground we go. Some positive rate. And flaps up. It's crazy because look at the difference in. So if you look at this now, this is like almost like the desert, you know. Victorville, Apple Valley. Behind us is Lake Los Angeles. But as you go closer towards that way, there is going to be a bit more greenery. So we've got some mountains, and I mean it's only 5,000 feet that we need to get up to, I believe. The mountains look pretty big. But if all else fails, what we'll do. Wow, look at them crop circles. That's pretty cool. That is pretty neat. I need to go outside for a view of that. Yeah, look at that. That is cool. I need to take a screenshot of that if I can. It's just if I can capture the last view. Yeah, I like that. I like little things. I mean, that's obviously this is satellite imagery, so that's what it would look like in the real world, which is pretty neat, you know. Probably making you sick with all the camera movements and head movements. Apologies on that. Right, so we are completely off the line because them mountains in front of us are massive. But luckily we're going over that way. Looks like solar panels in the little bottom corner there. Just going to lean out the mixture slightly. We are still climbing, but because we're like 4,500 feet, you want to reduce the mixture. And what the mixture does is it's the amount of fuel it mixes with the air within the engine that then sparks, which causes the power, right? Which causes the is it the camshaft or something? It's go up and down. And what happens is, as you get higher, the air gets thinner, and therefore you don't need as much fuel to mix to create the same amount of power. If anything, you can create more power. So you want the correct ratio of air and thickness of air and thickness of mixture of fuel to create the optimal power coming out of the engine, and that's what the mixture does. So you can vary the amount of fuel going into the engine depending on the thickness and the density of the air as well, which is good. So it's what is needed. If you didn't do that and you kept it to full, I don't think sometimes it can lose power, but it most of the time you'd be alright, I think, but you're just burning fuel for nothing. You can get optimal with less fuel and you're saving fuel, so it makes more sense, doesn't it? So we are flying, man. Right, let's stick at 5,500 feet. Try and level off a little bit. We can. We'll go in this general direction towards them mountains over there. That just had a message. Lewis Bloom is streaming. Damn you, Lewis. Oh, get all sorts of notifications on my phone. So how are you, Ian? You still on board? How are you doing? I saw you as I didn't click into it, obviously out of respect, but I saw you streaming a funeral today. It's a shame. It's a nice service that you. It's a nice the fact that you do that is nice. It's a nice service. This thing does not want to be trimming down at the moment. It's very barren, isn't it? Look at this. So let's look at this. There's hardly anything out here. That lonesome truck down there. Look. So just jump back into the Skypark. Look. So we're now flying. This arrow tells you that's what you need to do. That's what you've done with the tip. So we're kind of going there. It looks like it's got asphalt, tarmacy runway, which is good. We had to see it from a mile off, which was fun. Sure, I've been there before, but we're definitely going to be. It's going to be interesting to see. Elevation's quite low, 1,500 feet. So we're coming at 2,000 or 2,500. That should be good enough. Yeah, there was going around in circles here, so I need to get out of the drone cam, back on board the old controlling the aircraft. I haven't got autopilot on, so yeah. But we're doing some bad stuff tonight. We're flying for the Coyotes and the counterfeit goods and all sorts. Yeah. Service to that. Is there any reason why you use twitching? Because if you use YouTube, you can create, when you create a link for the YouTube, it can be private, so only people with that link will be able to see that stream, I think. I haven't set it up like that on mine, but I'm sure that's what you can do. But I suppose you might want to. Oh, you can schedule streams with YouTube. Yeah. So I suppose you can schedule a stream with YouTube as well. some of us are like, oh, Ian's streaming, and then when I go onto it, I'm like, ah, it's a funeral. Right, so we are heading over towards them mountains. We should be heading more towards that way, but we're kind of going the scenic-y kind of route at the moment by the looks of our GPS. So. No, it can be free, but the channel ID. I'll show you actually. I might be able to show you. I hope it doesn't crash my sim, but let's see if I can show you. Let me try and put this on autopilot. Now, you know me, I don't particularly like autopilot. Can we keep that at 5, 7? Altitude 6.7. Heading. Let's do heading rather than nav. I don't want to. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to have to go round them mountains because I don't know if I'm going to need to go over them. Anyway, we've got the autopilot on, so I can show you what I wanted to show you. So I'll just get to my home page. Here we go. My channel. Right, so my channel, display capture. So this is my channel. I do need to customize my channel actually. I need to create some banners and stuff. But what you can do, this here, see this weird URL? That is my channel name. If you remember my previous channel, it was youtube.com/UKJim, which is not me anymore, by the way. So if you go to that channel, it's somebody else that's taken that on, so it's not me. But because I haven't got over 100 subscribers, I have this weird channel, blah 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 blah. Right? When I get over 100 subscribers, I'll be able to choose my own, I believe. But I can give this to anybody, like I do on Twitter and stuff. And oh, do you know what? Carrying on. And you can see that, and they can come onto here. Now, what you do is you have a dashboard, YouTube Studio, and on here you can go content and live, and then you can update the titles there. So because I'm live, it's live. You can create one of these. You can click go live, and I can't show you, but you can click go live. And then when you go live, when you go into, it will say live, and you can go into here, and you can schedule your stream. It gives you the link to the stream. You can even add a thumbnail if you wanted. You can show more, and what you can do. Curious. Yeah, you can do things like disabling comments. I'm sure there was. I'm sure. I'm sure there was. Oh yeah, visibility. Sorry, yeah, public. So unlisted. So if I press private, I can't do it, but one of them makes it private, so only people with that link will be able to watch that stream. Yeah. So I thought I'd share it because Twitch hasn't got them kind of privacy settings, and obviously you know anybody can jump into your channel and start watching a funeral, which is really weird. But yeah, I just sort of point it out just for the fun of it. I'll go back to my main scene. I think I did. Right, so we've got some wicked views now. So we've come from like desert to some really like reddish coloured dirty land to some green land over here, which is pretty cool. And we look like we've this is not holding altitude very well. Oh, it is, but it's just it's caused a bit of grief there. I don't know why. It just did. Right, how far? We're 20 nautical miles, so we do need to. We will need to go over these mountains, but it'd be fun. So let's hand fly again, because now I've finished chatting, I can now hand fly. I'll have a close look at that. Yeah, it's really easy once you've set it up, to be fair. And it's just like in OBS. I don't know what you use to record the stream, like to do the stream. Do you use OBS Studio or anything like that? Wow, look at that valley down there with the river going through. That is so cool. Unbelievable. You don't have a password, it's just a URL. So yeah, so Streamlabs OBS is pretty much the same, and you just create a scene or a source. I think it's a source. No. In your settings, sorry, I'm thinking of something completely different there. In your settings, where you've got your stream key from Twitch, you'll have a stream key from YouTube, and you just drop that in. But yeah, there's no passwords. It's just literally a hyperlink, and you give people that link, and that's the link that they'll use. I suppose with the Twitch thing, it is safer that your stream key, your URL is not going to change, but then my channel URL doesn't change, but the custom URL for that private stream might change. It's up to you anyway. I thought I'd punt it out there and just show you the options that you can do with YouTube and make it a bit more private. But as you say, if you come across some technical issues, if you then had to create a new stream, for instance, it might change that URL, and therefore you might have to just redistribute that URL to the viewers. But I don't know. I don't know how often that would happen. This is pretty cool. Some houses in the mountains here. Some like really nice lakes. Still only 5,500 feet. Wow, we've got some crazy looking roads going up the mountain. This is pretty cool. Now we're going to have to start dropping now, so we'll start reducing the throttle. Whoa, we get some turbulence off the mountains. Some serious turbulence. Look at that, racing down the mountain hills. So cool. I'm curious how far away we are from Hollywood Burbank. So I haven't got a clue where I'm going in America. The Twitch way is the same after we've seen. It just hasn't got the privacy though, has it? You know, that's... Oh, the way if everyone's happy with it. You know? It ain't my funeral, is it? So yeah, I mean, whatever. Everyone's happy with it. So we're heading down, and it's pretty cool. This is. Ah, right, got you. Hold up. Oh, since he up. Oh no, it's okay. I thought it put the arrow back on the screen, but it hasn't. It hasn't. It's kept the legit menu that I need. But this is neat. Let's just trim up a little bit because we're plowing 1,000 feet from here, which is good. $4,000 feet. Start our turn to the left. I can see an airport in the distance. I'm not sure whether it is the one. because there is actually two really close by, and this is what's going to be interesting because there's actually two, and knowing my luck, I'll land at the wrong bloody one. But yeah, let's just keep it. Yeah, so after this flight, I'm gonna stream some Fortnite just for the fun of it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm just mixing it up a little bit, keep myself sane. I love flying, but yeah, why not? Let's have some external views. Look at them houses. I want to have a screenshot of that. That's so cool. I absolutely love like the views and the you know, and I fly over things like this and I think, what's that? You know, what is that building in real life? Is it just a mall? Is it, you know, what is it? And you've got the rich people on the mountains, look. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, exactly, and proper sad. I'm just like, it's cool that that you're doing it. To be fair, because you know other people they'd be struggling to you know, you can't go to a funeral. It's sad that they can't go. So right, we're gonna just check the weather over at Redlands. Let's have a look at the weather. So 29.83 on the altimeter. Actually, we're lower. Somewhere around there. Thus. Start heading more to the left again. The winds are 347 and the runway is 26, so that's the runway we need. 26, whoops. Which is there roughly. Right. This is pretty cool. So we've only got a few clouds at 20,000 feet, which looks about right. So yeah, it's pretty good. Elevation is 1,500, so at 2,500 I think that's a good place to start our just leveling off. And we're 2 nautical miles out, so if we can just look up, it's right in front of us and we've got a nice flashy light as well. The runway is in the opposite direction, so in theory, where's the runway? Oh, that is the runway. So if we just look over that is the runway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a right hand circuit. We're going downwind at the moment. And we'll start our descent slightly a bit more. Down to 1,000 feet, maybe 2,000 feet. That's a lot of writing that I've got to have to read. You know. Give me a minute, mate. Let me get on the ground. Right, so there's our airport. It's a cracking little airport, that one. Cracking. Lots of development going on around here in this area. I think that straight ahead is going to be, that's going to be buildings or something, that is. Or another lake. Right, just got to keep following this downwind. And, we'll get the flaps going. Turn onto base, turn onto final. Start our descent even more than what we are at the moment. Just when it comes into that back window is when we want to start our turn. Right, so we need to get, just so you know, we need to get the speed into this white arc here to be able to do the flaps, right? That's the rules. Them's the rules. We do flaps now. And when you do notches of flaps, the plane will tilt upwards. And it will also slow down, so you need a bit more throttle. And you need to keep that speed up above its stall speed at least, very least. Now we've just turned onto our base leg, which basically means we are at a right angle to the runway. And then when we see the runway, oh, we've overshot it. We're going to want to then turn. We overshot the runway. Too much talking. Right. Basically, we just want to keep the look at the speed, look at the descent rate. You don't want to be going too fast into the ground, but go. Completely not trimming this out at all. There we go. Oh, we've got a bit of a wind going on the side here. It's completely not the best landing in the world, but it will do. Oh, what is going on? Why are we not slowing down? What is going on here? This is weird. Sorry guys, I'm just going to I don't know what went on then. I hit the ground and I started just veering off to the right even though I had full left rudder. I'm going to check the winds again. That was shocking. Yeah, it looks like it, Pat Stan, because I didn't know that they were off until I watched Rob Dream of Wings video earlier, but I thought that was plane related, not general. That was nuts. Yeah, there is a crosswind, apparently. Let me see it. Let me see how that. Let me look at the little nav map. So 347 is the wind, apparently. So if it was 34, yeah. So there was a complete crosswind then, and that's why. And the wind is at 14 knots, so it's quite a strong wind. So yeah, I think the wind was, but then again, it took me to the right, not the left. Which doesn't make sense either. That was weird. That's the worst landing I've ever done. That is literally the worst landing I've ever done. That was nuts. Anyway, we made it down on the grass, but we made it down. Lovely default. Look, there's a bloody bus. Go away, bus. I'm just going to completely ignore the taxi markings because that's just completely made me fed up. I think we're just going to dump it round here. This will be a nice little shady, shifty area for our Coyote contract. Right, so parking brake on. All the jazz off. Flaps fully up. Strobes off. Now taxi landing. Oh, keep the beacon on for a minute. Throttle out. Mixture out, sorry. Go. Right then. So apologies for that landing, but yeah, that's that's the way it goes sometimes. Let's zoom it up a little bit. Right. Let's get into the Skypad. Let's stop tracking my head for a moment. It's annoying very quickly. Right, Skypad action. So we've got that now, so we need to deliver that. Yeah, so we've got some more money. We've got more XP and we've got a little less karma because we're doing the Coyote. So that's good. So that was good. We did that. That's all complete. We can go back to the start now. So, progress. Nice bit of money in the bank balance. Still got a little way to go till we XP up to level 4, but we'll get there. Let's go back. Let's go to holdings. Yeah, so we made a bit of money there because all the others which we were doing for Clear Sky, you don't get paid a huge amount. This one was, but not a huge amount. But the bad coyotes, they get the money, don't they? You know, so that's good. I like it. Right then, so let me just catch up on the chat for a moment. So one you should have switch on. Yeah, you can't have music in your. You've got to be careful with that, you know, now, Ian. So, if someone reports you for copyright, a couple of strikes and you can lose your account. It's not yeah, it's not good these days. 300-year-old him. Yeah, gotta be careful. How can you have copyright? Someone does. Somebody owns that. Someone somewhere owns that. Yeah, it's sad, but yeah, it's just how it is. Unfortunately, just how it is. You don't actually own it, so therefore, you know. But yeah, it is a shame. Yeah, as I say, that flight, that landing, then, I think it was a mixture of wind and maybe flight dynamics by the sounds of it, you know. But the wind was coming in the other direction, so I don't know why it would push me in that direction if it was going that direction, but whatever. So that's going to be the end of my flight sim stream. I'm going to jump in and just do a little bit of time on Fortnite. So if you're interested, click around. I'm going to restart the whole stream, give it a new title, all that. So it will go away for a minute, but then it will come back. So feel free to follow me and you'll catch that. Thanks for joining. The only other thing I want to mention is the yoke, the new yoke. It is on its way. It will be on its way very soon. I say it is on its way. It's not on its way yet. As I say, UPS have lost the first one. Good guys at Fulcrum have going to send me out a new one. Got confirmation the other day, so they're in the process of just building that up and sending it out. So soon I will have the new yoke, and when that happens, at the moment I'm planning on streaming like an unboxing video, but I'm not sure whether I want to do that yet. But hopefully by the time we stream next, hopefully fingers crossed, I'll have my new yoke. The votes were in on Discord and Twitter, so the vote says that people want to see me fly the Comanche, the A2A Comanche first flight. So I'm going to set that up first. We'll go out on a flight with Comanche, and we'll probably do some touch and goes. We're going to do some full stop landings and takeoffs and stuff, just to get a good feel for that yoke in the sim. Yeah, no worries, Ian. I know that you're only into your flight sim stuff, so I appreciate that. But yeah, cheers for joining anyway, mate. Cheers for joining, Pat Stan. Thanks for that. And anyone catching up on this live, on this stream later on, thanks for catching up. Hit that like button. Follow me, subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Let's grow this channel. Nice one. Take care, guys. See you all in a moment.